Modern Warfare 4 is coming no matter what. The Call of Duty Twitter account can act like they totally are in tune with the community. They can take down all the leakers they want, but this one's for certain. Modern Warfare 4, it's coming. There's way too much evidence for it not to be the 2026 Call of Duty game. The exact details of the game may be in dispute, and Infinity Ward may be trying to change things behind the scenes before they reveal it. But at the end of the day, we're going to be getting that Modern Warfare logo drop probably within the next couple months. And frankly, I'm as equal parts scared as I am excited. Infinity Ward hasn't exactly been the most in tune with the community the last decade or so, and they're walking into a pretty fragile community right now, and this is honestly one of the toughest times for an Infinity Ward Call of Duty to be released because the community is smaller than it's ever been. I would say since pre-COD 4 days. That's not an exaggeration in my mind, and a lot of the main things that have pushed those people away, well, they were introduced in the series by Infinity Ward. I'm not trying to be dramatic here when I say Modern Warfare 4 absolutely needs to be a redemption game, not only for Infinity Ward, but for Call of Duty as a whole. The community is tired of their requests falling on deaf ears. They're tired of having the rug pulled out from underneath them. They're tired of being treated like piggy banks instead of players. So today, not with that intro, but I do want to try to be positive. I want to talk about the things I think would genuinely get things on track, assuming they're in Modern Warfare 4 on launch day. Maybe somebody's listening, maybe somebody's watching this video. I said launch day, not in a roadmap, not promised to be there down the line, down the road, not halfway in the game, but still needs to be finished. None of that. I want to look at the core aspects of the Call of Duty experience that have been pushed aside in recent years because as much as I'm not a fan of them going with Modern Warfare 4, I don't think it's impossible for it to be a game that can help get things back on track. As much as I have my doubts, and I've expressed them on this channel about Infinity Ward, they're clearly a very talented studio. They just need some help. They need some guidance. And yes, I saw the new Call of Duty community Twitter that's going to be living in the comments and everything of YouTubers and creators and getting really involved. I think that's a really good thing. I hope they follow through with that. Now, part one. Modern Warfare 4 needs to be casual without catering to casuals. Let me explain. Call of Duty has always been a casual game, but it's been a casual game that you get good at. You can get good at it. It's a game that's very easy to understand, but very difficult to truly master. Now, in recent years, it seems like there's been a shift in the Call of Duty philosophy. It seems like Call of Duty is now catering to casual players instead of simply becoming a casual game by nature. I want you guys to think back to the Golden Age games, like the original Black Ops. That game was very casual. Anybody could go pick up a controller, get a few kills with some of the cheaper weapons and equipment, right? But would you ever say Black Ops 1 was catering to casual players? I wouldn't say it. I mean, yeah, there was cheesy casual strategies, but at the end of the day, you weren't going to consistently be at the top of the scoreboard unless you deserved to be there. That took work. That took skill. That took time. When everybody was playing in the same player pool as everyone else, that forced you to either get good at the game or you didn't. It wasn't impossible to have fun if you were bad at the game, and there were still more casual ways to experience the gameplay, but the only way to get really good was to actually get good. And since everybody was playing together, you always had a clear visual of what a good player looked like. You could see what good players were doing, what weapons they were using, how they were moving around the map, what strategies they were employing, all of it. It was a casual game with a clear path to getting good. And that kind of links into YouTube content back then. Everybody was searching out gameplay commentaries, tips, tricks, all that stuff. Everybody wanted to get good at Call of Duty. Now look at basically every Call of Duty game after Modern Warfare 2019. Not only is the game fundamentally designed to be less demanding and less skill-based, but there's the things like strict SBMM, loud footsteps, inconsistent stealth perks, a lot of stuff. These are all things that deliberately try to cater to the casual player while also keeping the good players away from them. I think that's the main difference between old COD and new COD. Old COD was fully aware of the fact that the casuals were going to be playing with the sweats, right? New Call of Duty is deliberately trying to keep the casuals away from those sweaties. And they're doing that not only by using the matchmaking system to literally keep them away from each other, but they also have been reworking the game to make the casual playstyle much more powerful than a traditionally sweaty playstyle. Camping is objectively a better strategy than pushing in games like Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 2022. Maps are clearly designed to give an advantage to players who move less and equipment more. They are. And since the good players aren't playing with everyone else, that means there is no real path forward for the casuals to get better. The casual players aren't being exposed to what a good player looks like, and the good players are just sitting in a lobby with each other, so they're not getting better either because they're just spamming the most optimal play style, since that's the only way they can try to be consistent when they're not playing with casuals. Call of Duty went from a casual game with a high skill ceiling to a game that catered to the casuals while deliberately keeping the skilled players away from them, and that, to me, has done serious damage to the vibe of the multiplayer as a whole. Back in the day, when you played, you got wrecked, you got destroyed, and that's how you got better at the game. You had to be subject to those lobbies, those god lobbies, right? But then you got better, and a little bit better, and then you'd get some lobbies where you could actually compete, and then you'd get some lobbies where you were the god lobby. That's how it was. Part 2. Modern Warfare 4 needs to decide if it's a live service game or a premium game. This is super important if you ask me. Call of Duty still requires money up front in order for you to play. You have to spend $70 on a game before you can jump into multiplayer. But once you get in there, you're getting bombarded with store bundles, skins, camos, animations, battle passes, and the interface is designed to resemble free-to-play games. I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with paid DLC, but there needs to be a decision made about how the consumer is going to be treated moving forward. People are getting really fed up with paying full price for a game that's just going to advertise to them 24/7. At that point, you're kind of paying for the advertisements. If Call of Duty is going to charge full price, you need to ease back on the presence of microtransactions. And if they don't want to ease back on the microtransactions, then drop the price of admission. It's one or another. People are tired of Call of Duty being priced like a premium game and then getting treated like it's a free-to-play live service. And while we're at it, Modern Warfare 4 needs to pick a tone and stick with it. When you push microtransactions so aggressively, it's inevitable. You're going to start straying from the tone of the 1.0 version of that game. Modern Warfare 4 needs to decide right out of the gate whether they're going to be a serious game or a goofy one. And then the microtransactions can reflect that and stick to that one way or the other. The clashing tone is what makes the game feel even more like a live service Fortnite game. It all comes down to whether or not Activision is going to treat Modern Warfare 4 like a premium product or live service. And you guys know that's how it works. We start off kind of reality, modern, like war, and then a month or two in, we're Beavis and Butthead and Nicki Minaj. It's been like that for years. Part 3. Campaign needs to be good. I know not everyone plays campaign anymore, but Modern Warfare 2 2022 and Modern Warfare 3 2023, they weren't good. Modern Warfare 2019's campaign got things started off on a really good note for the reboot series, but Modern Warfare 2 was a huge step down, and then Modern Warfare 3 was one of the worst campaigns in Call of Duty history. If Infinity Ward really wants to get things back on track, you got to bring your A game with the campaign. If they want people to keep caring about the sub-series, you have to give us a reason to. Modern Warfare is an iconic franchise. There are so many great stories you can still tell. It feels really, really lame to me to leave things where Modern Warfare 3 2023 left them. If Infinity Ward can't bring us a great campaign this year, what's the point of calling it Modern Warfare? People have been complaining a lot about Call of Duty losing its identity, so Infinity Ward needs to fix that. They can fix that by proving there's still more to do with this franchise. Bring your A game with the Modern Warfare campaign or retire the sub-series. Seriously, that's where we need, and it cannot be a 4 to 6 hour campaign. It can't. And the final thing, it has to be technically sound. This never used to be this big of a problem. Why is it basically every Call of Duty game and every other game too, since COD World War II has been riddled with technical issues? Why are the issues getting worse? Call of Duty, there's so many blatantly unoptimized parts of the game. If you have to tone down the graphics in order to keep the gameplay smooth, do it. You don't need the game to be hyper-realistic. You need it to play well. Older COD games had really unique art styles, and it helped make them the games that they were, and they ran well since they weren't putting so much strain on the hardware. I'm not a professional, that's just my opinion. But now all the Call of Duty games look the same, and they don't run optimized, and it's all happening, I think, so the visuals can be more realistic. I don't think the trade-off's worth it. I'd rather it play smooth, personally. So there you go. Those are things that I think Infinity Ward could take into consideration and really hone in on, and if they could hit those, that trifecta, actually it's a quad, it was 4 things I talked about, I think Modern Warfare 4 could stand a chance. Let me know if you guys think I'm being silly, or if your glass is half full like me on this particular day, or if your glass is half empty. Let me know.